Good, e- Good evening. Welcome to the Eagle Court of Honor of Kurtis Arvay and Adam Whiteman. I'm Connor Bell. I'll be your Master of Ceremonies tonight. And I just want to start out with a little introduction. This has been a long time coming. These guys have worked very, very hard, and they've climbed that mountain. So this is going to be a very special night, honoring them and all they've done. So I'd like to call up the Senior Patrol Leader, Tyler.
Will everyone please rise? Attention. Color guard, post the colors. Salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2. Please join me in the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to God and my country, to obey the Scout law, to help other people at all times, to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. Please join me in the Scout law. A Scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. Color guard, you may be dismissed.
Thank you, Tyler. And now we're going to talk about what it means to be an Eagle Scout. May Eagle Scout Colin Granville come up for the Trail to Eagle Mountain. Everyone be seated.
This is The Legend of Eagle Mountain by Mark Ray. Early one morning, 2 young boys stood at a trailhead. Before them rose a mighty mountain, which seemed all the mightier when compared to their smallness. A trail led to the mountain and then up to incredible heights before vanishing in the clouds. On their trail, the boys could see other boys and young men, some of whom began and beckoned them to follow. The 2 boys began to climb, refusing perhaps to believe that they could ever reach the top. At first, the trail rose gently, and the boys had many companions. But soon, they began to sweat and breathe heavily, and many of their companions turned away, and the boys still climbed. At times, they climbed quickly. At times, they climbed slowly. At times, they had to go down a little away or find another path or stop a while to catch their breath. But still, they both climbed. The trail became steeper, the air thinner, but the climbers scarcely noticed, for they had along the way become stronger of body and hardier of spirit, and they still climbed. And finally, in the cool peace of evening time, they stood alone at the top of the mountain and looked around them. To the left, they saw a fiery gold sunset. To the right, they saw a diamond-studded, silky black night sky. Behind them, they saw the trail that they had followed and the hikers who were following in their footsteps. And in front of them, they saw another mountain, and another, and another, and a whole procession of mountains marching off into the horizon. But the young men, for now they were men, knew that none of these other mountains were insurmountable, that all could and would be climbed, for they had learned many skills in climbing of the first mountain, and they would carry those skills with them long after this mountain was forgotten. And besides, they could begin climbing the next mountain tomorrow. Tonight they would rest and celebrate and ponder their journey and what they had completed. And so tonight, we pause to rest and celebrate and honor these fine young men, Kurtis and Adam, and as they stand at the top of the world and look around them.
Thank you, Colin. Now I'm going to invite up Mr. Andy Gates to talk about Scout history.
Tonight, we have convened this court of honor to applaud the years of two Scout friends whose days in Troop 208 are parallel and whose time as Scouts has now come to an end. Their advancement and activity reports are in most instances similar, as they had the benefit of enjoying their Trail to Eagle with the company of each other. While on this parallel path, they became role models for so many Scouts and leaders, many who are here this evening, who have passed through 208 over the past 16 years. They displayed dedication to their goal and loyalty to each other. We meet tonight to say well done to Kurtis Arvay and Adam Whiteman. Good evening, I'm Andy Gates. I was one of their Scoutmasters over the years, and almost all of their Scoutmasters are here tonight. Mark Brown is at his son's graduation, but we will hear shortly from their former Scoutmasters, sharing a good word for them. So they asked me to share their Trail to Eagle with you this evening, and let me just say too, Kurtis is the son of Chris Arvay and Kathy Arvay. Adam is the son of Linda and Ralph Whiteman. These two joined Troop 208 in 2006. They earned their Arrow of Light in Pack 273, and I believe Connor was in their den with them as well, which is a reason Connor's here tonight. We're glad for that. So, Kurtis and Adam's Trail to Eagle was unique in our troop. I asked them what some of their favorite memories were, and they spent a lot of time, as you might guess, working on merit badges, one at a time. And so they shared with me some of their favorite merit badges. I asked Adam, and he said he listed several that are sports related. He enjoyed his time out on the Arvay's boat, working on fishing merit badge, reeling in and then cooking the catch of the day. Golf merit badge had him driving local fairways and lining up putts with his friends. And of course, the sports merit badge, where he used his time playing basketball with Kurtis on the Mighty Dunks, a team Mr. Arvay coaches for people with developmental disabilities, and also playing challenger baseball at Fairport Little League. He also enjoyed the cooking merit badge, and he now likes to cook for his family, especially making breakfast. And Adam's final merit badge was disability awareness. It gave him the opportunity to get out in the community and advocate for people with disabilities, and he and Kurtis presented a memorable message of advocacy to their fellow Scouts at a troop meeting. So the list of Kurtis's favorite merit badges is very similar. Starting with sports merit badge, no surprise. He considers himself a sports fanatic, I would agree with that. Loyal to his favorite teams, right, Mr. Steltman? He also enjoys being a good teammate himself, displaying leadership, positive sportsmanship, and cheering respectfully while also being competitive. We all could learn from his example. But then I'm not sure what he enjoys more, sports or food. So he considers himself an expert in the food area. So when it came to cooking merit badge, he learned good nutrition and healthy cooking, and a favorite event that you probably saw on the pictures was the troop's annual fundraiser, the spaghetti dinner across the street at the Methodist Church, where he enjoyed wheeling the dessert cart around and serving homemade treats to diners. I'm sure many of you were his customers. And then with the Disability Awareness Merit Badge, Kurtis showed he's willing to be a self-advocate and a public speaker for the American Disability Act. A favorite saying of his is, "See the able in him, not the label." And he enjoyed citizenship in the Community Merit Badge, where he said he learned to be a good citizen, how to interact with others while improving his people skills, and the Family Life Merit Badge taught him to have a strong moral compass, to show respect, and to contribute as a member of the family, which he says he can do by being a good person and responsible for his actions. So not only did they work with each other, on each of their ranks and merit badges, but they had kind and caring guides on their journey. Most often it was a scout of their same age who themselves had just learned new skills in the Scout Handbook and then turned their attention at each Monday night meeting to assisting Adam and Kurtis in doing the same. From teaching them to tie knots to working through step-by-step first aid remedies, these troop guides earned required leadership and service to their troop by helping them achieve 7 ranks and 21 merit badges. Some of the names should be familiar to many of us. Ethan Dell, Elliot Kime, Stephen Cole, their first troop guide, Justin Risen, Connor Bell, Bryson Fasella, who's also here, Mark Fasella, his dad, who spent time with them, Jackson Schwind and his brother Douglas Schwind, and since probably the last 4 years, Mr. Arvay was their guide through their remaining merit badges and their last step in becoming an Eagle Scout. And that last step, after completing 21 merit badges, they embarked on the greatest challenge of their scouting career, planning and leading a service project for their community. They decided to pick projects that would benefit another community organization they were active with, Gigi's Playhouse, which empowers individuals with Down syndrome and their families to reach their highest potential. Kurtis led his fellow scouts in installing a little library outside the entrance to Gigi's Playhouse last November. And then a few weeks later, Adam had us return to Gigi's to construct shelving units to provide more organized storage space. An added benefit of these projects was to introduce us all to an organization that has meant so much to them and where they have served publicly as representatives and advocates. And I'm going to divert just a little bit, and I'm going to invite the former Scoutmasters of 208 who are here to come forward and share a moment. One of my favorite memories was way back when we went to Piperwood Girl Scout camp. We did an overnight. You remember this, guys? And we had an e-camp where we played video games all night long, and I bet they stayed up all night playing video games. And then their final outing with Troop 208 was an overnight camp out at Spring Lake Park in Penfield, where I think we would define it as epic, our wiffle ball game. Yes, we had a great time doing that. So I have here with me, in order of their Scoutmasters, John Larman, Pete Steltman, and Greg Hill, and I'm going to turn things over to them. And then Connor, when they're done, I have something else to share.
Okay, thank you, Andy. And so folks, good evening, and what a special night, what a special occasion for these two fine young men. So as Andy mentioned, so I'm John Larman. I had joined in the Scout Troop in 2002, and I had 3 sons, David, Peter, and Matthew. So in 2005, 2008, I got the canoe ride, where I got to be the Scoutmaster. I learned a little bit about that. Didn't you, Pete, too? But anyway, at that time, we were 105 boys strong as a size troop. So I know this troop is still strong by overall numbers, and that's fantastic. But I just, when Kurtis and Adam came with their parents to visit the troop, you know, we as the scout leaders talked a little bit. We wanted to make sure that we did this right, okay? We didn't want to have something that was going to be a risk at all for these 2 young men. So as Andy already talked through this, Mark Fasella gets a lot of kudos here. We spent time, and Pete too, talking about leadership assignments. And at that time, of course, and of course you guys know this, you get different service assignments. Some people were quartermaster, ASPL, historian, you name it. And usually a 6-month assignment for some of these things we'd get to the end of that couple of months and we'd have to say, are they really still doing something, or what's going on here? But what happened here is we also had a big group of new scouts every year. For that size troop, we were, Pete, about 15 to almost 20 scouts new every year at that time from the various packs. So we did not want Kurtis and Adam to get lost in the sauce. Okay, we knew they were special and in a very positive way. So what came out of this was we kind of said, let's have a special scouting, a patrol assignment, the Kurtis and Adam Patrol. And that's really what started it. And so obviously Stephen Cole, Connor Bell, and Bryson I could remember, and Andy had them all in name. But an interesting thing happened. These scouts got to the end of like their 6-month assignment. They didn't want to give it up. In fact, it became your patrol, Kurtis, and it became kind of the coveted patrol. No, everybody wanted to get in on that action, and why we figured out was because you two made such a difference, and they really were examples for the troop of their friendship and their spirit, their kindred spirit. So it was fantastic. What I can say too is the parents. Obviously, well, all the different Eagle Scouts that I've seen and had the pleasure of being able to award, there's always strong parents behind the Eagle, behind that Scout. And in this case, with 16 years, I think that maybe, there's a parent pin that gets put on each of you. I think that they probably should get at least 2 pins each. Okay, maybe it's per year, but whatever you want to do there. So that was fantastic, and congratulations to you parents for such a great help and assistance. So what I would say in general from my tenure was, Kurtis and Adam, thank you for helping make our troop more open and inclusive, because you taught all of us a whole lesson about what it really meant to have special people, and we didn't look at it as a disability in any way, shape, or form. We viewed you folks as truly special individuals, and here it is 16 years later, you've shined and made everyone so proud. So that's my memory, so congratulations.
Thank you, John. I don't like the Giants, and I don't like the Yankees. I don't care what you guys tell me, and how many years you try to tell me. It's not going to happen. We'll not talk about the Packers right now. Man, looking at all these faces, parents and scouts, new scouts, and a couple really, really old scouts back there. Few of them. It sure is, yeah. The cycle of what Fairport brings to you, what you have meant to us as scouts, regardless of where you are in the troop right now, what you've become, it's truly an honor to be an alum of that program. And it wouldn't be what it is without scouts like Adam and Kurtis, who joined in and did their part whenever they needed to, and they were treated as equals with everyone else, and they would not want anything less than that. There's 12 points to the Scout law, but I think for Kurtis and Adam, there's actually 13. And the 13th point of the Scout law is persistence. And I think that there isn't anybody around that demonstrates that more eloquently than Kurtis and Adam. And I have lots of great memories, primarily just getting busted every week about the Packers, and in the summertime, the Red Sox. But I can't say enough about what it takes to form and grow an Eagle. And I was never fortunate enough to follow the trail quite far enough, but I really look up to all the Eagle Scouts that I've known over the years. And I just want to say congratulations and keep that persistence going. You're an example to everyone, and I think I'll drop and give you 5.
Well done. I have almost nothing more to say after following these everybody else's talk tonight. I think they've hit on every point of light that I could possibly imagine. Troop 208 has been a star, not only in Fairport, but in our council. Anytime you mention Troop 208, they kind of light up and say, oh yeah, I know about you guys. We've, as you've mentioned, these are some excellent people here, and I'm very humbled to be here tonight to talk about Adam and Kurtis. So some of the quick memories, I won't keep you too long, but I was thinking back of the days when they saw Adam and Kurtis out on the baseball days when we were coaching and managing Little League. Our boys were little, but Adam and Kurtis were there, and they were always a great part of that group also, kind of like 208, but the baseball Fairport Little League also has a wonderful bunch of people, and it's a wonderful organization. So I've got to know them a little bit from there, and when they came, when they came to 208, it was just a natural fit. We continued the conversation, and of course I was a new person with 208, and they was excellent scoutmasters, and some of them that are not here tonight also were outstanding. But back to Kurtis and Adam. So as you know, we come to the Monday meetings and things like that, they were always there to greet you with open arms and look you in the eye, call you by name, and remember who you were and what you were doing that day and things. And it was a really great kindred spirit talking to the boys. So as that went on, it's obvious that there was so many great adults that worked with Kurtis and Adam outside the main room in the hallway on the bench, and it was they would just grind through every piece of the work, and it took a while, but you know what? They did it. And if I look at Eagle Scouting overall, there were scouts that took a long time, and at the last minute they became Eagle Scouts, like, oh yeah, Mr. Hill, we have to get this in because we're going to be an Eagle Scout shortly. And then there was the other ones who raced through the program, and they had to be an Eagle Scout before they were 17. So we've seen quite a bit of different ways to get to the Eagle Scout. And then there's Adam and Kurtis. The tenacity, they bear down on it week after week, and it was that constant getting it done over and over again, no messing around, get it done. And I think that, I think about you guys a lot, to be honest with you. I think about people that have an objective and they work hard to get it done, and people have many paths to get it done, but you guys really worked the problem and you solved it, and here we are tonight. You're going to be Eagle Scouts, and it's fantastic. So anyways, to wrap up here shortly, I have a couple patches here that Kurtis and Adam have always asked me about, and they've always wanted to be old goats. As far as I remember, they've always wanted to be old goats. So if Kurtis and Adam would come up here and receive your old goat badges, that would be fantastic. There you go. There you go. Congratulations, old goats. All right. All right, so the board ceremony to come, but thank you very much. I think that's it, and I'd like to turn it back over to Mr. Gates. Thank you very much.
Yes, so Kurtis and Adam, we have had about a dozen people on our live stream watching, and Mr. Parator wrote in and said, congratulations, Kurtis and Adam. Unfortunately, I'm unable to attend your ceremony tonight, but I would not miss watching you both receive your Eagle Awards. You are both great examples of Eagle Scouts and have demonstrated determination over the years along your trail to Eagle. You have made Troop 208 very proud. And now also I have something to share, and I'm going to do this on live stream, and then I'll put it up on the monitors. Just a moment.
Hi, Kurtis and Adam. This is Steven, your first troop guide. I just wanted to shout out and say congratulations to both of you two on your Court of Honors. I want to say I have a lot of fun memories of my time in scouting with Troop 208, And a lot of those fun memories are times we've spent together. I remember us working together on a lot of the requirements for the early rinks, as well as one time we even went to Adam's house and we did cooking in his backyard. That was a lot of fun. So I was just shouting out to say congratulations, you both should be really proud, and I hope you have a great Court of Honors. Hi Curtis and Adam, this is Steve.
Okay, I'm going to invite Mr. Gates back up for the presentation of the Eagle pin and certificate. Oh, okay. All right.
How's everybody doing? So before we start the pin ceremony, I just wanted to, as current Scoutmaster, just share some fond memories of Kurtis and Adam. It has been my honor to serve as your Scoutmaster as you hit that peak for the Trail to Eagle. When I think back as far as memories with these guys, spaghetti dinner rings out big with these guys, always passionate about helping out in whatever form they could. But also what makes Kurtis and Adam so special is just the heart, right? So every time you see Kurtis and Adam walking you with a handshake, a hug, that just sets the tone for their demeanor and just their attitude on life. If you're having a bad day, that hug does wonders, gentlemen. So don't ever stop doing that. You guys just continue to go on and progress. It was a pleasure to be able to see you and help you with your Eagle projects and obviously do your boards of review and see you get to your board reviews. So, congrats. I'm going to invite both Kurtis and Adam up along with their parents if they want to join us up here at the up front. You guys can go ahead and stand behind your scouts. I'm going to hand you these. Okay. All right. Let me get out of the way so everybody doesn't see my back end and gets to see you guys. So, Kurtis and Adam, your parents have undoubtedly been your primary source of help and strength. No one will ever know the unnumbered acts of self-sacrifice from your mother. So now I'm going to ask the moms to pin their Eagle medal on their uniforms. So it's going to go right up on there, on that lapel. Okay. So in recognition of your mother's devotion, I'm going to ask you that you guys present your mom with their Eagle Mom's pin, their last pin of the set. All right, so your father has been the source of much advice and guidance about the Eagle Trail. So I'm going to ask that they each, we're going to swap out your neckerchiefs, and you're going to get presented with your Eagle neckerchiefs and your new slides. If you want to hand me, yep. All right, so now guys, so moms, you've gotten the pleasure of getting some pins up along the process as we get to the end, but dads, the long-awaited journey has come to an end, and now the boys will now present you with your father's pin. And then guys, we have your certificates and your letters. Somebody gets to fight over who gets the bumper sticker on the... I will say though, the Scout store has fabulous magnets. So if you have two vehicles and want to split. So with that being said, I'm going to hold off on the congratulations part because we are now going to do the Eagle Pledge. And who was leading that? Is that...
Yes. So can I invite all Eagle Scouts in the crowd to come up, please? All right, so now it's time for the Eagle Scout promise. Though the words you say are similar to those you've said so many times before today, they will mean more to you now than ever. When you pledge yourself on your sacred honor, you'll be sealing your oath with the words which close the Declaration of Independence. So we have all the Eagle Scouts up here, so if you guys can make the sign. And repeat after me. I reaffirm my allegiance to the three promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout. On my honor, I'll do my best to make my training an example my rank and my influence, count strongly for better scouting, and for better citizenship, in my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Two.
Very good. Have you ever seen so many Eagle Scouts all together? This is great. So one of the things our troop does is assemble, like many troops, assemble Eagle Scouts to encourage the new Eagle Scouts. But they also receive cards stating that they are Eagle Scouts. And one of the things we like to do is pass these cards through all our Eagle Scouts, the Brotherhood of Eagle Scouts, and then give them to our newest Eagle Scouts. So I'm going to start over here on 7/26/22, Adam J. Whiteman. And also on July 26, 2022, Kurtis C. Arvay. So pass those down to these guys. And I'm going to give the microphone to our current Scoutmaster. Kurtis and Adam, come to the center, please, and face the audience, right in the middle there in front of Bryson.
So Kurtis and Adam, as your current Scoutmaster of Troop 208, and on behalf of all the previous Scoutmasters that are here with us that have seen you to get to your trail and finish your trail to Eagle, it is my honor to introduce our newest Troop 208 Eagles, Kurtis Arvay and Adam Whiteman. So would Mrs. Hill please join us at the podium, and she's going to do the Legend of the Rose.
I'll do it here, yeah. Okay. All right. Throughout Scouting's history, the Rose has been associated with the presentation of the Eagle Scout Award. Though the progress, oh my God, here we go again. The progress of a boy from Scout to Eagle is long and oftentimes hard. He does not travel the trail to Eagle alone. Many people have been involved with him in his progress. There is one person in particular that is honored in addition to the Eagle Scout, and that person is his mother. From that first overnight campout to the pinning of his Eagle badge, she has shared the adventures of scouting with her son in a special way. With her guidance and encouragement, she has helped her son achieve a goal that many failed to reach. She has watched her son mature from a young boy into a man with purpose to his life. She has been there to share his excitement of camping and hiking with his brother scouts. She has served as a taxi driver on numerous outings and sewing a growing number of merit badges on his sash. And most important of all, she's been there for her son when the going got tough and spirits sank low, as only a mother can. Her love has been an important ingredient in her son's achievement. We honor her tonight with the presentation of 7 red roses, each rose a symbol of rank in the 7 ranks of scouting. Sorry. Way to go, guys.
So Mom, if you'd like to come up and
Yeah, just use that.
That's why you have our two guys. I would like to thank everyone for coming to my Eagle ceremony. There are special people to give thanks to. All the Scoutmasters, my parents, my troop guides, friends in scouting, and everyone who has helped me through the years. I enjoyed all my merit badges. They taught me about life. I had many campouts. My favorite campout was E-Camp. I will miss going to Scouts. I will always follow the Scout law every single day. And thank you.
I have something before I start my speech, though. Before I start my speech, I have Mr. Gates on live stream. I have you on live stream, right? Okay. Well, here's to, before I start my speech, I want to say hi, Kevin and Connor from Charlotte and West Virginia. I hope you're watching this because I'm your new Eagle older brother, and I'm proud to be that way. But not just that. Thank you both for putting up with me and my loud music. Other than that, here's my speech. Thank you to all who came out from my Eagle Court of Honor and everyone watching it on live streaming and everyone watching it on live stream on YouTube. Thank you again, Kevin and Connor, for watching it. And my future sister-in-law, Ashley, if she's watching. I would like to. I also wanted to. Oh wait, is it working? Oh, okay. I actually have my support staff here with me as well. So, thank you, Angela, for being my support. And actually, I want to say you're a keeper. I actually want to add you in there as well. So, along with my speech, I would like to thank our adult Scout leaders and their sons, troop guides, which I have Connor Bell, who is emceeing for us. And we got a Bryson over there. I see you. And Colin Granville. Gotta say I love the double date. Ian Stillman. Love it, miss you. And we're going to always stay in touch. Yeah. Chris Ayer for actually watching it on live stream as well. So a lot of Eagle Scouts. I thank you all. Same thing with you. Same thing with you. Same thing with you, younger scouts, as well. Along with my speech. In scouting and troop guides, family, which are also on live stream from Philadelphia, West Virginia, Lewisburg, and Charleston, West Virginia, who are also watching. Friends, which I have in the front row right here. That would be my old support staff, Max. I have Dave right here. Where's Sam? There he is. Sam and I work at Leo's together, if you're wondering where I work. Sometimes there are bad days, sometimes there are good days. But I know how Sam has a temper, so I know how that goes. He does put me to work, so. But other than that, and also Coach DePerna is one of my support staffs. She has, and thank you both. Mary, let's go Browns.
I don't think so, Curtis.
And also for friends, Mr. Dunn, who have we known in the past. And along with the speech, I have and the spaghetti dinner, doing the dessert cart, and learning life skills through all the merit badges which I have on my sash. But importantly, again, like we said, see the able in us, not the label attached actually to our disability, which is Down syndrome, trisomy 21. And Tyler Brown, Eagle Scout, was our freestyle. As ambassadors, we want to educate, inspire, believe in us, and that's what Jim and Chris taught us at Gigi's. And thank you for coming. Yes, and I also want, another thing I want to mention that has to be on, that happens not to be on my speech was both of my parents, my dad and my mom. But I want to start with my dad first. My dad has been got to be our next troop guide, and he got us through all of our merit badges. The best one, I think, the best merit badge that my dad actually liked was the camping, because when we went to camping, my dad's favorite line was, "Adam snored all night." That was not on my speech. I want to add that in there to you. Mom. Also not in my speech, but living in your house but bringing a roof over my head was actually the best thing I ever had, and raising me as the first oldest. I'm glad to be your Eagle Scout oldest son forever. Here is Connor Bell.
Actually, when we were camping, Adam was in the tent next door.
So we got some great public speakers, right? Definitely learned that from me. I don't know. All right, so I'm gonna call Tyler back up.
All right. Can I please have our bugler, Ryan Rothberg, come forward? All right. Will everyone please rise? Attention. Color guard, retire the colors. Salute. Two. You may be seated.
Thank you all for coming. There will be a reception to celebrate these two new Eagle Scouts, Adam and Kurtis.